Most downsizers underestimate how long their move will take. Not because there are too many boxes, because every box contains decisions. What will fit in the new home, what should go to the children, what can be donated, and what are you simply not yet ready to let go of. Today, we're going to find out whether your current moving plan is realistic. We're going to choose one small area, set a timer for 30 minutes, and take it through the same process you'll eventually need to use across your whole home. By the end, you'll know whether you have enough time, whether your sorting system works, and whether you may need some additional help. The mission is simple. Choose one small but representative area of your home. It could be one kitchen cupboard, a bathroom cabinet, a bedside table, a small bookcase, or just one section of the linen cupboard. Don't choose the garage, don't choose the spare room, and don't begin with the family photographs, letters, or sentimental keepsakes. We have another video specifically about handling the most emotional parts of downsizing. Today, we're testing the practical process. You'll need 4 boxes, containers or clearly marked spaces, a marker, a rubbish bag, and a 30-minute timer. Your 4 categories are moving with me, going to family, donate or sell, and decide later. That 4th category is important, but it needs a limit. It isn't permission to put the entire cupboard aside. It is only for the small number of things you genuinely cannot decide on today. Now imagine Diane and Peter are preparing to move from their family home into a smaller townhouse. They believe packing will take a few weekends. Then they open one kitchen cupboard. There are serving dishes used for Christmas lunches, appliances they haven't used in years, containers without matching lids, a dinner set their daughter might want, and a platter that used to belong to Peter's mother. What appeared to be one cupboard has suddenly become a series of different decisions. And this is what catches people by surprise. They calculate how long it takes to place objects into boxes. They don't calculate how long it takes to decide what belongs in those boxes. A removalist can pack a cupboard quickly. They cannot decide which part of your life should come with you. That is why we're completing this test before there is a moving truck waiting outside. Set the timer for 30 minutes. Before you touch the first item, stop and think about the home you are moving into. How much storage will you have? Will there be stairs? Are the rooms smaller? Will you still entertain in the same way? Are you gaining or losing outdoor storage? You don't need every measurement today, but you do need some idea of the life you are moving towards. Now, take out the first item. Ask yourself one practical question. Will this have a clear use or place in my new home? If the answer is yes, place it in the moving with me box. Don't pack it permanently yet. This is a test, and you may still need it before moving day. If it belongs to an adult child or you think they may want it, place it in the going to family box, but write down whose responsibility it is. Don't create a general family pile that sits in your garage for the next 6 months. Contact that person and give them a date to collect it. If the item is usable but no longer has a place in your life, put it in the donate or sell box. Be realistic about selling. Some items may have value, but the time, photography, messages, and collection arrangements may not be worth the amount you receive. Choose a minimum value. Anything below that amount is donated rather than becoming another project. And if you feel unable to decide, use the decide later category. Pause for a moment and ask why. Is the item sentimental? Are you unsure whether it will fit? Do you need to ask someone else? Or are you simply tired of making decisions? Write down the reason. Doing this turns "I don't know" into a practical next step. As the timer continues, notice what is slowing you down. Is it physically reaching, lifting, or bending? Are you spending too long remembering where things came from? Are you waiting for family members to answer questions? Do you have nowhere to put donations? Or are you changing your mind because you don't know enough about the new home? These are not small details. They are the issues that could delay the entire move. For example, if you cannot lift items safely, you may need help with the physical work. If every decision depends on your children, you need to arrange a specific day when they can assist. If you don't know what will fit in your new home, you need measurements and a basic floor plan before doing more sorting. And if ordinary possessions are causing strong emotional reaction, the downsizing readiness self-assessment may be the better place to start. It helps identify whether you're practically and emotionally ready to begin the process. Our decluttering and moving checklist then gives you the room-by-room tasks, moving preparations, and decisions that need to happen. I've included links to both below. When the 30 minutes ends, stop. Even if the cupboard isn't finished, now look at what happened. How much did you complete? How many items went into decide later? Did you need to contact family? Did you actually uncover another job, such as arranging rubbish removal, donation collection, or furniture measurements? And most importantly, how do you feel? If you completed the area comfortably, your current approach may be working. Schedule another short session. Don't attempt the whole house tomorrow simply because one cupboard went well. Steady progress is much easier to maintain than one exhausting weekend followed by 3 weeks of avoidance. If you actually completed less than expected, use the result to change the plan. You may need to begin earlier. You may need shorter sessions. You may need help from a family, a professional declutterer, or someone who can manage donations and collections. And if most items ended up in decide later, your next task isn't more packing. Your next task is to understand why the decisions feel difficult. Before finishing, refine your categories. Items moving with you should eventually be packed according to both their destination and their priority. For example, kitchen, open first. Bedroom, first night. Study, not urgent. Items going to family should be labelled with the person's name and a collection date. Donations should have a destination and a date for leaving the house. And items waiting for a decision should have a review date. Without dates, piles become permanent. And I always say there's nothing like a deadline. Your checklist should answer 3 things for every item or task. Where is it going? Who is responsible? And when will it happen? That is what turns decluttering into a moving plan. This test was never really about clearing one cupboard. It was about discovering what your move will require before you are under pressure. Perhaps you learned that you can make decisions more easily than expected. Perhaps you realised you need accurate measurements of the new home. Perhaps the family needs to collect their belongings now rather than during the final week. Or perhaps you discovered that 30 minutes is enough for one session and pushing beyond that will only leave you exhausted. That information is valuable. It means you can now create a moving plan based on your actual experience rather than an optimistic guess. Downsizing doesn't become less emotionally simple because you create a checklist. But a practical system gives you the time and space to deal with those emotions without allowing them to control the entire move. Start small. Record what slows you down. Give every item a destination. And adjust your timeline before moving day forces the decision. Download our free decluttering and moving checklist below to plan the process room by room. And next, watch The Hardest Room to Declutter Is at the Garage. That video explains how to approach photographs, letters, and family keepsakes after you have built confidence with the practical parts of the home.